Hey guys, it's Kika, your lifestyle blogger. And as you know, spring is right around the corner. So I hope you are planning for your spring cleaning and all the wonderful things that you have to do. Of course, during the spring is my time to open my vacation spot. And that is, of course, my cabins. Now, it's been a while since I even been up there to even check on the cabins or see them, because it has been snowing like crazy here in Minnesota. And even though it is spring, we just had a pile of snow come through a couple days ago. So I am in my house, I'm staying put, and trying to stay off the roads as much as possible. Although I do need to go out and about and run some errands, but being very cautious about my move arounds and my whereabouts and kind of all of that good stuff. But I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about spring cleaning and what the plans are in the next 30 days or so. And I'm hoping that all the snow that I see outside here in Minnesota will soon go away. You should just see it. It is, I'll show you. It's crazy out there. It's snow everywhere. But anyway, so I am here just kind of thinking, making my list and thinking about all the things that I have to do to the cabin, of course. The second cabin, I need to liquid roof the cabin. I wasn't quite done putting the tie-vac on the back of the cabin, but now in doing some thinking about what I want to do, I do want to add another screen porch on that cabin, and I'm thinking I'm going to do it to the back of that cabin instead of the front like I originally had planned. But there are a few things that I do want to do. So when the spring comes, I do want to add a teepee kind of between both cabins. So right along our driving path, nice little scenic route, I want to put a nice little teepee. So you know how I do. I always inspire myself before I even take off on doing something. I get something to kind of remind me of what I need to do, to encourage me, so that way I do tackle that. So not sure when the teepee is going to happen, but hopefully it'll happen soon, probably this summer. So I did take liberties though, and I ordered a sign, and I'm going to show it to you. The Bell Ray teepee, honoring our Native American heritage. So on my mom's side of the family, of course, we have many Native American family members, and so I wanted to make sure I honored that. My grandmother on my mom's side, or my great-grandmother, my mom's grandmother, would be full-blooded Cherokee Indian. And on my grandma's side, my grandma, my mom's mom, her dad is half Native American and African American. So wanted to honor that. I love the way teepees work, and I'm going to show you here is what I'm going to do, as you can see here. And so this sign is going to go outside of that. And so there's a lot of people that like to come visit the cabin, and they don't necessarily want to sleep in the cabin. They like pitching tents, sleeping outside in hammocks, different things like that. So this affords another option for them when they come to the Bell Ray retreats. So they have the cabin, the first cabin, the second cabin, the bunkhouse, and now they'll have the teepee. So lots of sleeping space for the entire family to enjoy. So hopefully, if you are watching, one day you'll be able to check out the Bell Ray cabin. It's not quite done yet. You know I'm a perfectionist, but soon it will be. And we all know why it's not quite done, because I have chosen to do all of this with a cash option, because that's the best thing to do. So anyway, another thing I want to show you is the second cabin. I'm not quite done with that. Of course, like I said, I have to liquefy the roof, kind of get that ready. I got to go inside, because right when the winter was about to hit, my son did go up there and he did the flooring. So the floors need to be, I need to put flooring down. I need to put all the furniture back where it was and kind of redecorate, and then finish that back room and decorate. So I still have quite a few things to do as far as inside and decorating. But on the outside, what I wanted to do is I wanted something fun. So I'm thinking about adding this large beach Adirondack chair, since the Bell Ray retreat, or the Belray Cottage, is more of a beach cottage. I'm thinking about adding this large beach and Adirondack chair, and on that chair, of course, I'm going to brand it with this label. So that'll go on the chair. And then when people come by or they stay at the cabin, they will be able to take pictures. And then I'm going to leave some information there where they can email those pictures to me, and I can use them for my website. So a little bit of free advertising, but a creative way to do it. And then there was another thing that I had seen decoratively. I like whimsical decorating. I like things that are different, that nobody's really getting. I like things that people are getting too, but I do like being different. So anyway, my sisters have taken, in the past year, many trips to New York City, and I want to go because I've never been there. And in New York, I have just been fascinated by some of the architectural design details and stuff that they have there. Is just amazing to me. And so I happen to be searching online, and I seen this so cute decorative, it's kind of like a metal staircase, you know, like in New York where they have those brown stone buildings, and then they have those metal staircase that you can pull down, and then you can walk up those staircase to get into the entrance of the building or whatever. So anyway, I bought that. I bought a decorative thing. Now, I was hoping when I got it that I could put it together and just look at it, but I can't. You have to actually put it together on a wall. And because I'm going to use this for the Belray Beach Cottage, which is a modern cabin, because you know I painted the cabin black, kind of all of that stuff. I want to keep with the architectural detail. So I did get this in black, but it came in many pieces. So it has 3 of these. So these are like the balconies. And then it has your staircase. Look at this. Ha, ha, ha. This is the staircase that you pull down. Isn't that nice? Okay, so you got that. And it has this one too. That's more of like the inner one. And then I got another one of these. So 3 of these, 3 staircases, and 3 of those like balcony things that I showed you. This. And then it comes with direction, and then all your little nuts and bolts. But you have to put it together on the wall. So I'm still deciding when I go up to work on the cabin this spring. I'm still deciding exactly where it's going to go. I don't know yet, but I do want it in really good view. And then what I'm going to do is put plants and just little knickknacks and just things like that on it. If I put it in the kitchen, I'll probably put seasonings on it. But if I put it in the living room, I'll probably put some plants and just different things like that on it. If I put it in the bar area, I might, you know, put shot glasses or something like that on it. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I'm just so excited that I have it. So here, I'm going to show you what it looks like all put together. So here you go. And in that box, as you can see, just the different things that people have done to decorate this thing is just amazing and really inspired me, and I'm excited. So I'm so happy I have one. I ordered it on Amazon. Now let me tell you about ordering it. Some websites do have it, and I can't remember which one, but I know when I looked at one, it was like $140 to get one of these. Crazy. And when I went to Amazon and searched the same thing, I got it for $40. So you could actually get 3 of these things, or 4, for the price that you would pay for one. So really take your time and really look, and don't just go for it just because you really like it and you're just willing to pay anything for it, because you can get a really good price, and you can probably get 3 or 4 of them, and then you can share them with your friends, or you can just use them around the house as well. So that is another thing that I have. So far, that's all I have to be able to bring to the cabins this spring. You know, I kind of slowed down on getting decorative items. I don't really need to do that anymore, because in the last few years, that's all I was doing, decorating, renovating, and kind of all of that. And now all I just need to do is perfect what I have and appreciate what I have. And that is my goal and what I'm working on. So this spring is going to be full of a lot of things, in between some things that I want to do at the cabin, RV road trips that I want to take, and things I want to do with the RV, and of course with my house. I do have a she shed in the backyard that I'm thinking that I want to renovate into a tiny house so that I can have it for guests when they want to come over. And so lots of things and lots of videos and a lot of ideas and things that I have planned. But one thing I do want to say is I am so relieved and happy that I did buy the land and the cabins and did everything that I did when I did it, because the way that things are looking with the economy right now and the economy about to reset itself, it's just not looking good for many, many, many people and for many, many, many different reasons. And I know that this is happening because I know that everyone can kind of feel it when you're going into stores or you're dealing with your creditors or your utilities or anything. It's not the same anymore. It's kind of like, you're not the customer. It's like you need them, and what are you going to do for me? That's the whole attitude that everyone's taking on, so it's really different. Okay, y'all, before we get into the rest of this video, I'm going to need y'all to hit that subscribe button. So to add to what I was saying about everyone's attitude and kind of what they're taking on is, in order to kind of get to the level of where you want to be, you're just going to have to think a little bit differently. And that is kind of what I did all along and what brought me to where I am today, which I'm glad that I did it. So I want to be able to share that information with you, because if you're at a point where you did not make the move and get your land yet, or your cabins or your tiny houses or your RVs, but you're thinking like, wow, I shouldn't have waited, and now we're in this type of economy.
No, I'm looking down from up in the sky. I don't quite get how I've been without you for all this time. Good God, I'm back.
All right, you guys. So, with anything in life, you have to be an outside of the box thinker. Being outside of the box thinker is the key to success. Trust and believe. Even when the economy was not this way, I had to be an out of the box thinker, because the norm is for everyone to kind of flock to what everyone else is doing. And then what does the economy do? And prices inflate, because that is where everyone's going. It's kind of like supply and demand. So because the economy is kind of readjusting itself or resetting itself, so to speak, you need to do opposite of that so that you succeed. And I'm going to tell you just a little bit about that. You're going to think I'm a little crazy, but I'm not. So trust and believe. So, okay, your first example, you want to get land. Now, in a normal economy, what do? You either call a real estate agent, try to get land that way, or maybe you do what I did. I went on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, all of that stuff, researched land, found a lady that owned a bunch of property, and I got pieces of her property. So I did that. And then I was blessed to be able to kind of search the county and see that there was some forfeited land, because I like to look at tax forfeited land, and you can still do that. And I found that the land that was touching the land that I already owned was for sale. And I got it for a steal, $800. Who could have ever imagined that? So of course I bought that. And so that's how I acquired the land that I have, the 2 lots, which both of them equal about 5 acres of land. So, and they touch, so it's great. And they're both, I own them both. But what you want to do is 2 things. First thing is, of course, search tax forfeited land in the county that you want to be in. Now, here's the thing about that. You may not be able to find land in your city or in a common area where everybody is, that's popular. You're never going to be able to find the land that you can afford in that area, because, like I said, supply and demand. They're inflating those prices because everyone is going for that. Everyone is looking for that. So you're going to have to think outside of the box, and you're going to have to go a little further out, more towards the rural areas, and look at land in those areas. Land in those areas are cheaper. Why? Let me tell you why. Because not everyone has the ability to drive that far. Not everyone wants to drive that far with the gas prices inflated in the way that they are. So what do? They're going to lower those prices of that land and the opportunity So for those that are willing to put the gas in and drive that far, it's going to be a win-win for you. So look at land further out. Believe me, the economy is not going to always be the way that it is. So you're going to be happy you did it later on. And it may be 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 years from now. Either way it goes, you're going to reap the benefits of that. So buying land much further out is ideal. So look at that. That's your first thing. Now, your second thing is you may not want to buy ordinary land like everyone else is doing. I particularly bought land in an association community, which is not favorable to a lot of people, but for me it is because I don't live there. I'm not there every day. Now, my property still got broken into over the 4th of July holiday last year, so it was important when you do things like that and you're not able to visit your land often that you do get insurance on your land so that you're able to recover those costs just in case something does happen. But believe me, it's not something that always happens. I've had this property for a long time. No one's never broke in. So it was kind of a fluke someone broke in. It probably was somebody being nosy in the community or that was jealous. Who knows? But whatever it is, I was able to recoup the cost. They really didn't take, too much from me without me being able to recoup that. So consider that as a possibility that will happen. You're going to make sure you need to dot your I's across your T's when you do get land further out. Make sure you always get property insurance when you put a structure there. You won't be able to do it just for the land, but when you put a structure there, make sure you're able to get property insurance so that you're able to recoup costs. But getting land further out is ideal right now because the gas prices are so high and not everyone is wanting to drive that far. The second thing is you may not want to get your typical land. You may want to look at things like an inlet, island, inlet, all of that. Have you even looked to see how much islands are? A long time ago, when the popular thing was to look at islands, that was crazy expensive. Like the only people that were able to do that are celebrities. To buy an island, a whole island to yourself, that's absolutely nuts. Well, nowadays, gas prices of all of that stuff, you got to put gas in a boat. People aren't doing islands. People are thinking, oh my goodness, I need lights, I need well, I need septic, I need all of this stuff. Why would I buy an island? Think about it. Think about how this economy is going. Will that be useful for your family one day? So look into it because there are some great prices associated with doing things like that. So look into buying an island. And if you can't afford an island, look at the inlet. But I've seen a whole island for sale for like $17,000. And I was absolutely in shock when I looked at that. So consider that as an option as well. Okay. So now you got your tax forfeited land, rural community, much further out from where you would probably want to be. And you have your island or an inlet that you can buy. So Google and research and look up that information. You'll be happy that you did. Thumbs up to you if you are thinking along those terms. Now, when it comes to the time for you to put a structure in that space, it's a whole nother ball game that I want to talk to you about. So I'm going to pause right here. Keep watching. More video footage coming up. All right, y'all, I'm going to stop right there and save the juicy details for my next video. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching.
Looking down from up in the sky, I don't quite get it. Oh, I've been without you for